Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are back with another pick a card reading, and we are asking Spirit, what will shift right before love arrives? We have 3 piles with 3 amazing crystals. Well, one of them is a rock, but okay. Pile number 1 with message number 1, we have the raw blue apatite. Pile number 2 with message number 2, we have the raw kunzite. And pile number 3 with message number 3, we have the honeycomb ruby. So when you are ready, please go to the timestamps in the description box below to find your reading, and I will see you over there. Welcome, group number 1. Today we are asking Spirit, what will shift right before love arrives? So we're really going to get into as much detail as possible to see what is going to shift, change, take shape, etc. right before love arrives. You chose the lovely raw apatite. Just 1 second, you guys. And I'm sure that this will be relevant to the reading. Let's look at your significator card. So we have television. I hear. Channels, focus, direction. Life has no remote. Constantly switching channels won't find your show. Stay focused or you'll miss the best parts until you have all the facts. What I'm getting for you guys is, first of all, your psychic abilities, they show this to me as television, like your teletherapy, your hypervision, your third eye. When you start to experience a sudden heightening of your psychic abilities, love is sort of right around the corner. That's the first thing. The second thing, and that obviously relates to appetite, for any of you who don't know, appetite really blows open the third eye, really heightens your psychic abilities. With the message on this card, there's something about waffling, not being unfocused in your life, being stuck in a decision or not knowing what decision to make. They're saying that when you choose a direction and you stick to it and you really focus and you see it through, and I'm hearing the word persevere, so there might be some challenges on that road. When you persevere and see your way all the way through, that is when love is going to arrive. So it's almost as though one direction needs to right itself for this other path to open with regards to love. So one of my cats is sleeping peacefully beside me. I don't know if you can hear her soft breathing, probably not. But it's actually very loud to me. And I realize that there's another message here about rest. And television is kind of a form of relaxing. People go home, they eat dinner, they put their feet up, and they turn on the TV. And I just got very distracted from Pixie's breathing right next to me. She has 1 blocked nostril, so she always sort of is a loud breather like her mama. And I have this sense that you guys might need to learn how to rest, because they keep showing me the 4 of Swords, which can be a card of rest. So when you guys really learn how to be present and to calm your nervous systems down and to really hold in high regard rest and relaxation as much as you do the work and the engagement with your studies, whatever it is that's important to you right now, that is when love is going to arrive. Love doesn't arrive when things are forced. Love arrives when there is flow. So those are the main messages from the significator card. So let's ask the highest and best spirit guides here for group number 1 with the tarot. Interesting. So we opened up to the Two of Pentacles, which is often a card of decisions, having to make a decision, juggling too much. And then we have Four of Pentacles on the other side, is sort of not knowing how to move forward. There's even chains attached to these pentacles. Like you might be holding on to something too tightly here and not choosing a path in some way. So there is something about releasing the reins a little bit, letting go a little bit, and allowing things to flow. Okay, my highest and best spirit guides here. I just heard that, like, that was a messy shuffle, and I heard the word messy. And so there is something about clutter or cleaning up, getting things in line, getting things straight, getting things organized, that will also signify, like once that is completed, that will also signify the shift that will bring love in. Okay, let's get 2 messages, please, for this group. Show me the first message about what will shift before love arrives, just before love arrives. What will shift for my group number 1, right before love arrives? My highest and best spirit guides only. Show me very clearly. What will shift? Thank you. Oh, and we have the Emperor. And with regards to what? With regards to what? So the Emperor is about stoicism. It's very much about knowing who you are and where you're going, where to delegate tasks, where to delegate your energy, in a sense. Where to take initiative, knowing where to take initiative, the Aries card. So the Emperor with regards to what, my spirit guides? That's too many, please. 1 card, please. 1 card. The Emperor with regards to what? No? There's something that you guys have to get clear about. The Death card. With the Devil on the bottom. Walk me through these cards, Spirit. Yeah, so they're saying that the first shift is when you start to feel, they're saying like conviction. When you start to feel very strong about what needs to stay and what needs to go. I'm hearing when you understand finality, when something needs to be finalized, when something needs to be signed on the dotted line, I'm hearing. When a contract needs to be signed, sealed, and delivered. That's what I just heard. And now they're saying, sign, seal, deliver, I'm yours. That song about love. Very interesting. So once you sign, seal, and deliver one thing, I'm yours. I'm, love. Love may arrive. Love may come in. They're also saying that when you allow yourself to move into some kind of leadership role and you let go of some position, I'm hearing of being a subordinate in some way. Let me clarify the Devil card. Can I get a clarifier I'm sorry, I just said the Devil. On the Death card, please. Can I get a clarifier on the Death card? Okay. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think they said that before. You have to get clarity about something. They've corrected me. You are going to get clarity about your position somewhere. About where you need to take initiative. That's the shift that's going to occur. You're going to get clarity about this decision you have to make, about this initiative you're going to take. And in the process, something else is going to be let go. That is the first message in terms of the shift that's going to occur before love happens, or love arrives rather. And we started with some unfocused energy, and the Emperor is antithetical to unfocused energy. It is very, very focused. But the difference between this kind of focus and the Queen of Swords, for example, is this person is, the emphasis is very much on being in your power and taking initiative somewhere. And it's also a major arcana card. So something major shifts right before love arrives with regards to some role that you play in your life, where you take the bull by the horns, so to speak, or in this case, the ram by the horns. And you say, this is what is right for me. This is the direction I need to take. And I know I need to let this other thing go. Obviously, that's going to be different for everyone. Let's get one more area of shift for this group. What is going to shift for my group number ones right before love arrives? Please and thank you. What is going to shift right before love arrives? Yeah, I mean, the death card is also major arcana. You have two major arcana here, you guys. With an ace. So this is a major shift. Yeah, I just want to highlight that. Show me about the second area, the second message. 5 of Wands. Interesting that I saw the 5 of Swords flip over before. 5 of Wands. And what's the completion of this message, please? The 5 of Wands and 2 of Wands. We have another 2. When I say that, I mean, when we opened up the deck at the beginning, there were the 2 of Pentacles. It's almost a similar energy. It makes me feel that the shift that will be occurring is when you extract yourself from embattled energy, struggling to assert yourself. And with that, these both being Wands cards, this feels very much as though you're trying to get people to understand your vision with the 2 of Wands here. You're struggling to prove your vision to other people. It's when you stop doing that, when you start just believing in yourself and knowing that your vision holds true no matter the naysaying, no matter what people say. And you follow that path, you follow that direction. Again, the 2 of Wands relates back to the significator card of direction, focus, okay? Saying this is where I'm going to go, this is what I'm going to do. When you allow yourself to extract your vision and all of the nuance of your vision and proving yourself and explaining yourself to others, that embattled energy, when you extract yourself from that and you take that path less traveled, which is unique to you, that is when love is going to arrive. This is also a major shift. It feels very much about autonomy and independence here. And beautiful. On the bottom of the deck, we actually have the Sun card. When things start to feel brighter, when, you know, that sunlight is shining on your vision and you say, aha, this is it. This is the way. And you take that way. That is when love is going to arrive. It all feels very much like flow to me. And I imagine it's going to happen in all 3 groups. Now, let's get a couple of cards from the Astro deck. What else do you want them to know about the shift or the area or the energy around the shift that is going to show up right before love arrives for my group number 1? Okay. Oh, we have Gemini, cross-pollinate. Guys, you keep getting 2s, right? Gemini are the twins. You've got these 2 little worker bees. working side by side. You know what they're also showing me here with the number 3 and the 5 of 1. Okay, I see what they're saying. There's something about you working harmoniously with others. So if right now you're struggling, 5 of Wands, to work harmoniously with others, when you shift gears, again, there's 2 here. When you take the direction that feels authentic to you, right to you, in alignment with you, you will probably start coming into some kind of cohesion when it comes to collaboration. So there'll be some kind of cohesiveness with regards to your vision. I keep hearing the word vision. I think that's why appetite is here also, because appetite also relates to vision. Oh, and then we also have vision in television. Very interesting that that word keeps showing up. So when you come into some kind of very harmonious, peaceful, collaborative state with others, 3 of Pentacles style, okay? That again is when love is going to sort of be right around the corner. Very interesting. Let's get one more from the Astro deck, please. One more from the Astro deck. Oh, wow. And then we have midheaven, pinnacle. That is so beautiful. So the midheaven, the pinnacle at the top of the chart, the MC, okay. It's kind of when you reach, and you have all this yellow behind here like the sun card, when you reach the pinnacle of what you desire, when you come out of hiding, when you come out of strife, when you come out of struggle, and you reach sort of that heightened point, the vertex of what you view as you coming into your own, you creating that vision again and bringing it into life. That is when love arrives. And they're really highlighting this white flag up here above this beautiful castle. There's something about you surrendering to this vision, to this knowing of what is correct for you in your life. And you make that decision and you go sort of full steam ahead. That is exactly when love is going to arrive. Okay, my loved ones, I hope that this resonated. Please let me know in the comments down below and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. But if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 2. Today we are asking Spirit, what will shift right before love arrives? So, you chose the lovely kunzite. What a stunning light purple stone here. So this is called often the woman's stone, kunzite. And so the first thing that I'm getting before I even look at the card is that when you guys, for those of you who are female, when they're showing me the menstrual cycle or ovaries, okay? They're showing this to me. When you work out some health issue with regards to these particular matters, these organs, when you feel, I'm hearing safe in your body, when you balance your hormones, when you write something with regards to your hormones. It could also have something to do with birth control. When you figure that out and that feels calm and steady to you, that part of you feels calm and steady, that will be the shift that will occur right before love arrives. I know that's very specific, but that's what they're showing me. Now, kunzite is also a stone that helps you overcome heartache. So there is a message here for some of you that when you fully feel relieved of the grief of heartache from, it could be a past love, but it could also be a passed on loved one. When you feel as if you're in that final stage of acceptance, you know, the stages of grief, dabda, which are depression, anger, bargaining, denial, and starts with denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. So when you're in that final stage of acceptance, that will mark the shift that love is coming in. Okay. I'm also hearing softening of your corners. So when you start noticing that your heart is softening with regards to anything, but when you start to feel as though your heart is softening, that is also when love will start making its way into your life. Okay? Yeah, because they're really showing me the heart being the center for this group with regards to, yeah, and they're saying not to dismiss what I said about the female organs and so forth, but the feminine energy is so much about the heart. And when you don't feel connected to the rhythms of your femininity, which are related to your ovaries and your hormonal cycle, your hormones and your menstrual cycle, you can feel out of touch with your heart. That's how they're showing that to me. It's very interesting. So it's kind of like the sacral chakra and the heart chakra being in balance with one another. Okay. So let's look at your significator card. What will shift right before love arrives? Okay. And we have first aid kit, urgency, foresight, protect, be equipped for sudden needs with ahead of time planning. The verbiage in these cards is a little bit weird, but that's fine. So yeah, so here we have a first aid kit. So there might be something that you guys are rectifying, clearing, remedying with regards to your physical health. That when you figure out how to work with the rhythms of your body, so this goes beyond the feminine issues I just mentioned that we just channeled. There could be something very literal here where you address some kind of major health issue. Okay, they said it can be minor, but enough that it's interfering with your everyday life. Okay. When you address that, because they're saying some of you are in that first stage of denial. In other words, there's some grief over health related issues that you might have been denying and not fully addressing. So you might have had on your list of to-dos, go see a doctor about XYZ. And it's been cycling month after month, like a Post-it that you move in your calendar each month. That's what they're showing me. Somebody constantly readjusting a Post-it or scratching things off a list. And this is the one that remains and keeps transferring to the new list. Make that doctor appointment. Something that you've been holding off, because they're showing it to me almost as though you don't feel comfortable in your body in some way. And if you don't feel comfortable in your body, you won't attract a partner because your energy is a little bit pulled in. I hope that makes sense. Because when we feel uncomfortable in our body, our energy is turned inward, and your energy needs to be open, or in my humble opinion, your energy needs to be open in order to sort of, be that light that will attract love to you. Okay, they just showed me something very unique for probably just a couple of you. Some of you might be applying for a doctorate. It doesn't have to be medical. It can be any kind of doctorate. And they're saying once you're in a state of flow, once you get into the school you want to, or once your studies get underway, for some of you, when you defend your dissertation or you actually achieve your doctorate, there's some major shift with regards to your schooling or your achievements, something like this. They're also giving me the word certificate. So it can go beyond a doctorate. It could be that you're achieving some kind of degree. Yeah, they're showing me a big net. They're just telling me to throw the net out much farther. So when you guys achieve some kind of certificate or degree, or you get into a school, or you enroll in a course, something like this, when something shifts dramatically in this area, that's also when you open the door for love. Very, very specific. And then they also just showed me teeth. So somebody has to make a dental appointment ASAP. They just showed that to me. Okay. My highest and best spirit guides. Oh, okay. They also just said something else. They always tell me stop rushing. I'm always looking at the clock. Okay. The first aid is also about heartache. I just realized that. So some of you might have been ignoring some kind of heartache. You might have thrown yourself into your work or they're showing me somebody who's like exercising profusely. I don't know why, for some reason, I hear myself using the word like a lot in this reading. Is that right? No, my guides are saying no, I'm okay. I don't know. There was a little bit of self-consciousness that just came in that is not like me. So I'm wondering if, yes. I wonder if anyone has gone through a difficult breakup that created some kind of self-consciousness where you transmuted some of that energy of heartache into a lot of doing, because I just started feeling like I have to keep moving forward and keep going and not waiting for my guides to give me the green light to move forward. Yeah, because my energy is just sped up and I feel a lot of tightness in my chest right now. My God. So much so that it almost feels like I can't take a deep breath. The kind that you'd feel if you started to feel bronchitis coming on, which I hope I don't. No, they're saying no, that's not happening for me. Whoa, but I just started to feel this huge tightness in my chest. So there's some kind of message about when you can slow down a little bit and feel that ache. I just heard achy, breaky heart. What's his name? Cyrus, right? Billy Ray Cyrus. Wow, I can't believe I remember that. I think that's him, right? Anyway, I just heard achy, breaky heart. So someone here needs to take a moment, needs to take a beat, a heartbeat, to pay attention to their heartbeat, to their heartache. To the ache, yes, because as I'm saying that, the ache in the middle of my chest is starting to disappear. So there's literally first aid that is needed for the heart. Yeah, I'm hearing vitamin L, like vitamin love, that you need to give yourself love. Wow, I can't even tell you how painful that just was in my chest. So some of you who might be feeling pain in your chest, yes, you might need to go see a doctor. But if you go see a doctor and all is well and good, then you might need to address literal, emotional heartache that is manifesting in the physical body. So some of you might be transmuting that into a lot of kinetic energy, a lot of movement. And my guides are showing me you need to breathe, become more mindful, take deep breaths into the heart, and even intend for anything stuck in the heart chakra to be released. They're showing me even lower down in the sacral. They mentioned that already, right? To send the breath down into the sacral chakra and start to see this sort of orange lotus flower opening at the sacral, to start releasing any pent-up energy that exists in the sacral. For some of you, this could manifest as sex addiction or anything related. So there's some kind of imbalance in the sacral chakra. This could also show up as pornography addiction. I'm going to get another reading restricted, but what am I going to do? So something about sending the breath down into the sacral chakra and really releasing pent-up energy there. Sending the breath down into the solar plexus, because you do want to go in order of the chakra system. Clearing from there. And same with the heart chakra. If you guys are struggling in a pronounced way and you feel very stuck in these areas of your body, please feel free to reach out to me and I can do a healing session for you. You can mention this video and say that I offered 50% off of my healing session. I will do that for anyone who feels resonance with me and wants a healing session, because my healing sessions might be cost prohibitive for some of you. And I can feel like some of you can benefit from that healing session. but you don't need it. So don't think you need it. You don't. You can just follow what I have advised here to send the breath down into these 3 major chakras and then see all of the chakras light up from the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and out the crown. And then you'll sort of see this column of light moving up and out your crown. Yes, because now I can breathe normally. Literally, it felt like this heartache was making it difficult for you to breathe. So when you release that block, when you feel that shift of that release, and they're saying it is as simple as I'm guiding you, as we're guiding you, I'm hearing. I'm feeling the Pleiadians around. Very heart-centered, joyful collective of Pleiadians here, helping you release out the heart. Once you feel that shift, very quickly after, love may arrive, okay? Yeah. So, we just channeled quite a bit there. So please, can we get some other messages from my group number 1? I'm going to try to get 2 messages depending on time. What is going to shift right before love arrives from my group number 2? Ooh, we have the Magician. The Magician. That's too many. You want me to use all 3? Okay. That's odd. So what do we have here? The Magician, the Moon, and the 2 of Wands. Huh. Walk me through these cards, please. What is going to shift before love arrives? Okay, you guys, I had to sit with that for a minute. This is a very powerful message. They are saying the Magician is a card of using all the tools available to you. Yes? So they're saying that with this first aid kit that has, right? It's a kit of everything that you need in times of emergency, right? They're reflecting or confirming the original message here, but they're taking it a step further. They're saying when you use all of the resources that you have at your fingertips, right? So whether it be a first aid kit with regards to your health and your well-being, and you utilize the doctors and the, they're showing me, what is that? Acupuncture, my God. Someone would benefit from acupuncture. Naturopathy, herbs. Anything else? They're showing me cupping. Circulatory, circulation, massage. They're showing me massage. When you use all the resources available to better your health, to address your health issues, and also with regards to your heartache, actually, the Magician uses his powers, by utilizing all of the tools in his toolkit. I'm starting to get that pain in my chest again. There's something about transmuting energy. So it's not just putting salve on a wound, but you're taking the energy of anguish, of pain, and you're transmuting it. It's like an alchemist, okay? Okay. That's crazy. So they told me to look at the bottom of the deck. We have Temperance, which is about alchemy in one way. Okay. Pouring one liquid into the other liquid to alchemize it in some way. Okay. This is your major message, you guys. You're meant to take that energy of pain, of anguish, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual, otherwise. You're meant to use that energy. So some of you might be fire signs, or you might be cardinal signs, and you might have that bend towards motion, the doers, the going, the divine masculines, okay? Or the divine masculine embodied in divine feminine energy. You might have a very beautiful balance between these two parts of yourself, okay? Because we are seeing the Magician male energy and the Moon very feminine energy here. And they showed it to me as working together because we've got the root chakra with the red robe here and the blue chakra, the blue robe here with the third eye chakra. There's something about when you start to wield your magical abilities, your energy, your life force energy, you use it and transmute it in your life, you will create something magical. It's very, very hard to explain what I'm seeing here. My guides, help me, please. When you use the resources available to you, your magical abilities are going to start coming online. There's something about needing to address the physical realm. Whatever is going on in your physical body, whatever is going on in your physical heart, whatever is going on in your emotional field, that is going to open up your capacity to manifest love. The same with the moon. The moon is about revelation, is about unearthing something. So it's almost as though the heartache or the physical anguish or the physical pain is masking your intuition, number one, and the door that wants to open to love with the Two of Wands here. So it's almost as if something needs to be cleared away or transmuted for this love to come in. And you're going to feel this shift. When you use the resources available to you, you're going to feel a shift, a very pronounced shift in things revealing themselves or showing themselves to you, or a spike in your intuition that's going to open up some kind of new door with the Two of Wands. Presumably the door of love, but I almost feel as though this door is going to open in many different areas of your life. So when you start using the resources that are available to you, opportunities are going to show themselves, or things are going to start to shift in a dramatic way when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to understanding or knowing what you need to know for your next step in your life. This door is going to open. This door specifically of love. No doubt. Okay. Let's get a couple of astro cards to see a little bit more about the areas where shifts are going to occur before love arrives. Sorry, that was a little bit of a cryptic message. But they're telling me as above, so below with the Magician, right? There's something about shifting things, or as below, as above in this case. When you shift something in the physical realm, and the emotional realm, something's going to shift in the spiritual realm or the cosmic realm with the Moon card here and the Magician with the stake up in the air. When you address things in the physical realm, things are going to change cosmically for you in basically every area of your life. But that arrival of love is going to occur when you experience this shift. But it's you're the alchemist here with the Temperance card. And that's also a Sagittarius card. And the Magician could be an Aries card. I mean, that's up for debate. And then here we have a Cancer. So you might be a cardinal sign as well. My highest and best spirit guides, what's areas that will shift right before love arrives from my group number 2s? Oh my God, you guys, I can't take it. I can't take it. We have Mars motion. What did I say, you guys? You guys have this fiery, fast-moving energy. And it's about wielding that energy in the right way with the Magician and also the Moon in some ways. And the Temperance here. When you use that energy not to distract, but to direct. Oh, wow. Not to distract, but to direct you. That is when love is going to arrive. That's going to be the shift that will mark the arrival of love. Thank you for that confirmation. And we have 2-2 here. We have 22, and then we have 2 of Wands. So 2-2-2 might be a signifier, a sign of love coming in as well. You might start seeing 2-2-2 all over the place. Yes. Yes, my guides are giving me a thumbs up. Okay, 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, they just said, for 2s. Again, my spirit guides, any other areas of shift that will signify the arrival of love? Show me one more card, please. Show me one more card, please. Yeah. And we have Virgo, digest. Explain this card to me, please, my guides. Yeah, so when they were saying to me before about this idea of acceptance in the stages of grief, that was this, was it this pile? Yes, right? It was you guys that I talked about grief. Okay. They talked about acceptance. There's something about digesting and accepting. Digesting and accepting. I'm hearing your plight, something that you have been grappling with. And Virgo rules the 6th house of health, right? So there is something about you guys really coming to terms with some health issue or health scare or even some kind of heartache and really digesting it, meaning working with it, transmuting that energy, seeing a doctor, sitting down with a best friend, even sitting with a therapist, I just heard, and working through what you have found out or what you've had a hard time addressing, what you've been procrastinating, some kind of grief. I mean, it's uncanny, these 2 cards, in terms of the channel message they just told us. Okay, this tightness in the heart and the motion and the movement of trying to distract, as well as this Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house of health. And that was the first channel message. So the cohesion of this reading is spiritually guided, as you can see. So tell me in the comments down below, are you dealing with a health issue? Have you been feeling a pain or an ache, or have been struggling with menstrual related issues, or, you know, you've been scared to, I just got distracted by a mosquito bite that's itching me. It's very interesting because I'm feeling this sense of imbalance, distraction, losing my way a little bit because something physical is kind of tapping at me, trying to get my attention. Are you experiencing anything like that? And by all means, you know, share anything physical that's going on. I'm very adept at sort of sharing supplements, vitamins, etc., that you can share with your doctor, discuss with your doctor. But I'm happy to do that for you guys if you want to share. But it does feel as though there's some kind of major transmutation of pent-up energy that when that occurs, when you feel the shift of that pent-up energy, that is when love is going to come in, whether it be using the resources available to you, going to doctors, going to healthcare practitioners, going into therapy, discussing with a friend over that proverbial, you know, pint of ice cream, whatever it is. When you alchemize a situation of anguish into a situation of acceptance and how do you want to say this? And they're saying foresight, where you plan, you have a plan of action that is measurable, they're saying, that is directed in a thought out way, in a thoughtful way. And then you take that step. That's when love is going to arrive. Basically, when you take care of you, group number 2, the universe is going to take care of bringing this person into your life. And also bring this person into your life to continue to help taking care of you, to continue to help take care of you. Okay, so you'll get support. All right, my dear ones, that is where I'm going to close out the reading. Please let me know if this reading resonated for you. And if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings on your path ahead. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 3. Today we are asking Spirit, what will shift right before love arrives. So we're going to look at any shifts or any changes that will occur right before love arrives. And generally, these are completely unrelated to love, I just want to say. Often when there's a stuck area of the life where life force energy begins to flow, other areas of your life begin to flow. And so we're going to focus on love. Speaking of which, you chose the honeycomb ruby, and ruby is definitely a stone that resonates with the heart. Now, honeycomb ruby is a man-made stone. And they're giving me a few messages here. Very interesting. It's created by layering small pieces of synthetic ruby into this honeycomb pattern. So they're saying that one of the shifts that may occur right before love arrives is when you start, I'm hearing, putting the pieces together. That obviously will be different for everyone. But when you start to recognize that whatever you've been working on or doing requires patience and layering, and it's not going to happen overnight, when there's kind of an openness to the process of unfolding, that is when love will arrive. When you allow whatever it is that you're engaged in to happen methodically over time, that there's a process of layering that will create whatever it is that you're seeking to create or whatever the goal is, and you don't resist it or force it or push it too much, but rather you get into a flow state and you have some kind of reverence. Can you give me a different word, my guides? Humility, I'm hearing. Okay. Around the time in which something needs to take for it to unfold, for it to come together, and you stop pushing it so much or forcing it so much, but you kind of just ease into the process and you say, okay, this will happen whenever it will happen. That's when love arrives. And what's interesting, how they just said that when one area of flow occurs, let me slow down. Sorry, my cats need to eat, so I'm distracted by the fact that I know they have to eat. So let me just slow down. They could wait 15 minutes. It's okay. There's a surrendering a little bit to the process of unfolding of some area of your life. And when that flow occurs, other areas of your life begin to flow. And they often say that love arrives when you're not looking. And I think that that is the way it's going to be for you guys. I don't have the sense that love is going to arrive when you're forcing it, when you're dating, when you're looking at dating apps. I have a feeling that you guys, I don't know, or do you guys, when you do love, when you read, oh my God, I can't think straight today. When you listen to tarot readers' love readings, do you often get the pile where the tarot reader says something like, it's going to come out of nowhere, you're going to bump into them on the street? I wonder if you guys get that message a lot, because that's what I'm getting for you. And if you guys want a love reading, let me know. My love readings don't, they get fine views, but they don't, you guys don't pour into them. So yeah, but now my audience has grown. So if you guys want a love reading, let me know and I'll do one. But there is something about you guys looking at areas of your life that feel forced, pushed, pressured. Yeah, because I just heard pressure cooker. So it feels like things keep bubbling up, and you're trying to manage them. When you take a step back and you allow things to to layer, what is that called? There's a name. They're showing me laminating. So in baking, there's this idea of laminating, where you take pieces of, it's like brioche dough. I forgot what that dough is called. It's a pastry dough, okay? And you layer it one by one. So you have a piece of brioche dough, you layer it, you put butter on it, and then you layer another. It's called laminating. So they keep showing this to me. When you allow things to sort of increase or rise or unfold in a natural way without pressuring it, You're going to start to feel this ease, this flow in your life. And that's the shift that's going to occur right before love comes in. That's the first primary message I get with the ruby. Okay, they're also saying that, yeah, they're saying that there might be quite a few creatives in this group or artists. So it might be literal, where you create some kind of masterful work of art, because they are showing me somebody in front of a canvas and you've been sort of working on some piece. So they're saying once you finish this piece and you sell it or you show it, like you make it public, or they are showing me a gallery. You hang it somewhere that people see it and can bid on it. There's something about you, the creation, something that you're creating, and you let it be seen or you put it out there. I'm hearing finalize it. When you finalize it, that will be the shift that will occur right before love comes in. Of course, that will only be for some of you. Yeah, because they're highlighting the idea that this is not a real ruby, but they're highlighting the idea that it's synthetic, meaning it's created from nothing. And there's something about you guys being the creators of your reality and really starting to recognize your capacity, your power to create your reality. Really, like really powerful. And they keep showing me the word creative. So let me know in the comments down below if any of you resonate with being an artist. They're also showing me a pen. So some of you might be creating, like might be writers. I'm also seeing that some of you might be channelers. So it's as if you're channeling through writing. But it's where you create something beautiful from nothing. You somehow make, yeah, it's like the magician. You're just manifesting from nothing and having that belief and faith in yourself that you're capable of creating this. I feel like somebody here really needed to hear that. You are an artist. Yes, you. Somebody just pointed at their chest like, me? Really, Merkaba? Yes, you. Let me know who that is. And I feel like somebody's getting emotional at that message. Somebody really needs to take the reins on their artistry in a big way. And when you do that, you're opening up the door to love. Okay? Let's look at your significator. Okay, we have the home gym with this treadmill. I just heard stop walking in place. Stop walking in place. And they just showed me, do you guys remember that it wasn't a comic strip. Oh, maybe it was. It was called The Far Side. And there was this cartoon where there was this man pushing against a door and there was a big sign that said pull. Yeah, that was that backwards humor of The Far Side. I love that. I haven't seen that in a long time. So there's something about you guys forcing, pushing something. There's some kind of resistant energy that I'm getting with you guys. And you know, these kinds of man-made stones are often created by intense pressure and heat, right? These stones creates the aura effect on like angel aura quartz or something like that. There's something like where you're pushing against something that really, if you were to just release, you would see the sign that says pull and, oh, I could just walk through the door. Yes, I just got a big yes on that. And very much like a treadmill where you're running in place, you're not going anywhere. It's like get off the treadmill and go for a walk. You know what I mean? It's like this. And here it says push. Oh my God, I just realized it said the word push. Then we channeled that before. And also with the far side. Push, pain, breakthrough. A nudge through pain. Growth comes when you're forced to move. Yeah, not when you force, not when you push, but when you actually allow yourself to get off of the hamster wheel, to get off of the treadmill, to stop pushing. Yeah, they're showing me the Seven of Pentacles, which is often a card that indicates to me that somebody is trying too hard. There's a lot of effort in this group. And there's something about just easing in to the process. Once you sort of surrender a little bit, when that shift occurs, that's when love comes in. Okay, I'm going to get more from the tarot card, but there's more from this card. So there's something very literal here with the home gym. Some of you might be neglecting your health. So group 2 had health stuff, but this is not like illness. This is more about loss of muscle, weight gain or weight loss that's undesirable. Okay, so there's something about the way you just feel overall in your body without there being any one illness or ache or anything like that. This is more about feeling attractive, feeling desirable. Do you actually feel attractive right now? Do you feel desirable? You ever see, they're showing me a rom-com where someone gets a call from their special person, from their crush, let's say. Okay, these are words I don't really use, but okay. And all of a sudden they look in their mirror and they're like, oh my God, I have to brush my hair and brush my teeth and, get dressed and put on some better clothes or whatever it is. Or I see somebody else start doing push-ups, this kind of thing. So they're saying, please treat yourself as the love that you are. Like, be in love with yourself. Be in love with your body. You should be looking in the mirror and saying, damn, I'm fine. That's how I'm hearing it. This is how they're showing it to me. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I'm all about being in love with yourself. I really am. I think that that's beautiful. I don't mean arrogance or vanity. I'm talking about where you look inside your eyes and you look in the mirror and you're like, you're beautiful inside out. So there's something about paying attention to how you feel in your body right now and making sure that you feel desirable within yourself. And you look in the mirror and you're like, I love myself. And you put on those clothes that you think you would wear on a first date or when this person arrives. Wear that stuff now. Wear that stuff now. Wear that lingerie. Even though you may not show it to anybody, you can feel sexy as hell just by having that lingerie on under your clothes. Put on that shirt, that tie, that whatever makes you feel fine as blank, okay? That's what you should put on now. Whatever makes you feel really good, whatever makes you feel like you're in love with yourself. Once you experience that shift, that vantage point towards yourself, that's when love arrives. That's just one idea, okay, amongst the many that we talked about here. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to tell us. My highest and best spirit guides. What are the major shifts that are going to occur for my group number 3s right before love arrives? What are the major shifts? Yeah, and some of you just might literally start taking up an exercise program that you've been wanting to do for a while. They just showed me P90X, which is early 2000s, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Mid 2000s. Doing some kind of Pilates, yoga, something that you've been wanting to do for a while and you finally pull the trigger on that. Okay. That's one of the shifts that occurs before love starts entering your energetic field, as it were. Okay. My highest and best spirit guides, please show me about the shift that is going to occur right before love arrives. Yeah? Okay. 2 of Pentacles. I just heard you're going to have a choice. You may have a choice in love. Okay. Okay, I understand. So show me the clarifier on that. Show me what you're telling me. Show me that card. Okay. Ooh, the Emperor. I think these two cards came out in another group. Okay, so they're being kind of straight up with you guys. You guys are likely going to have a choice between two people. And okay, there are two different scenarios. They're telling me to start with two. Okay. Yeah. And on the bottom of the deck, there's the Eight of Cups. Okay. That's actually a part of this message. And the Fool card, that's also part of it, but we don't need to take that one out. You guys might be in a love triangle. Okay, there's so many messages. Okay. These are not going to relate to everyone here, so just wait until the one that relates to you shows up. The first one is someone's going to have a choice in love. There are going to be two people that show up. You cannot string them along. You have to make a choice. And you have to make it. So there's something about not deferring to the people who you're dating to show you who's the right one. You have to take that initiative with the Emperor card here. You have to be very clear about which person you want, and then you have to let the other one go with the Eight of Cups. You have to walk away from one and say, I choose you. Now, there's also a scenario here where and when you do that, that will be the shift that will mark, obviously, the right love coming in, which is one of these people. For another group, you're in a triangulation. You might be having an affair, you might be with somebody who's married, or you just might simply be, no, that's the same message as the first. Yeah. This might be like a third party situation. So if you're in a third party situation, there are one of two things that are going to happen. You're going to leave it because this person is married or taken, and you're basically going to say, I am worth so much more than that. The Emperor showed up to indicate initiative, that you have to be the one to make this decision to walk away from something that is undeserving of your time. This person who is undeserving of your time. And then there's someone else here who might be that person who's married, and you have to let someone go and commit. Okay? Now, for those of you who are not in a partnership, my guides, what does it mean, the Two of Pentacles? Okay, it literally can just mean that you're feeling very stuck. You feel like you can't make a decision, and they're guiding you to say, you may need to let go. I don't know if this is an octopus. It almost feels as though something is tied around this guy's waist, and the seas are very active here. And this does feel like a struggle. With the Eight of Cups that came out, or was the bottom of the deck, they're saying that wherever you feel stuck, wherever you feel as though you can't make a decision one way or another, you're just kind of between a rock and a hard place, I'm hearing. Once you leave one of those decisions behind and you make a decision in this other direction, that will be the shift that will mark this new person from coming, will mark the shift that this love is going to arrive. And I think that relates back to the treadmill or being on a hamster wheel. Once you get off this hamster wheel, it's that same energy, and you get back into your strength and your sovereignty and your power, again, that will be the shift that will mark the arrival of love. Not for everybody, I understand. Let's get another message here. What is going to be the shift that will mark the arrival of love for my group number 3? Can you show me another message here, please? The shift that will mark the arrival of love for my group number 3s. Wow, now we have another 8, the 8 of Swords. It's that same energy of self-imposed imprisonment. Something that you feel stuck in right now. What is the 8 of Swords about? What is that relating to? Where is the stuckness that is going to shift? Where is the stuckness? Okay. Strength. Guys, literally such similar messages with the Eight of Cups and the Emperor, Eight of Swords and the Strength card. They keep sort of saying the same message here. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Swords. Something needs to end. It's going to be different for everybody. But there is a huge requirement here for something to end. Leaving something behind, getting out of a feeling of being stuck, harnessing your strength, facing your fears, facing whatever stuck energy and making a decision, going in one direction. It's about that flow again that they mentioned at the beginning. From the jump, the channeled message was that there was pressure, there was tension, there was something budding, pushing against itself, that Far Side cartoon. And they have not given me another message since then. They've given me variants of that. But they're basically saying again and again that wherever there is stuck energy in your life, you can do something about it. Because it exists inside of you or between you and another person, between you and a decision. But with the Emperor and the Strength, these are fire. This is fire energy here. Aries and Leo here, okay, showing up. You full energy that I tapped into with the honeycomb ruby. This powerful, powerful energy that has gone untapped here. That you need to harness, or energy that you can use in order to face your fears. To move yourself out of this stuck energy. Once you shift out of pushing, pulling, forcing, resistance, once you start to free yourself from that, that is when the energy of love can come in. They've showed it in many different ways here. I'm sorry that I couldn't get something different, but this was the major energy that they needed to show. That's why, again, I shuffle on camera. Let's see what the Astro deck says, okay? Let's see if I want to get something else for you if possible. Show me where the shift, will occur before love arrives. Pluto, rebirth. Oh my God, you guys. These are powerful, powerful cards. Pluto is transformative energy. Okay, it's 8th house. Oh my God, I just realized that, you guys. Pluto is scorpionic energy. It's 8th house, and we have 8 and 8 here. And 8. Oh my God, guys, I'm bugging out. 8, 8, 8. I just realized that. Bloody hell, you guys. You guys are going through some kind of major transformation. This feels, they just said this is past life energy of feeling stuck like this. I wonder if some of you guys are scared of coming out with something, because they just showed that to me. This feels karmic. You're afraid of coming out, and that could be related to love. That's what they were showing me with that art, right? They were saying how you need your art to be shown or seen, or your writing to be shown or seen. And once it's completed, you have to put it out there. And it doesn't have to be art personified, okay? It can be anything that you're working on that you haven't made the decision to put it out there. Pluto is allowing yourself to be seen. The 8th house is all about the mystical, about the occult, about what is unseen with this girl who's blindfolded here. There's some kind of rebirth through anguish or angst, grief and difficulty with the 8th house, which is a treacherous house, okay? It's the house of death. You guys are going through some kind of major rebirth now, where you're getting out of your own way and moving into some new timeline. You're leaving some kind of karmic debris behind. And this is a 27 card. It's a 9 card. Some kind of forward momentum where the eights are the stuck energy and the 9 is the movement. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's get one more card from the Astro deck. That was pretty cool. One more card. What is shifting before love arrives? Right before love arrives. What is shifting for my group number 3s, my highest and best spirit guides? Holy shit, you guys. The 8th house just, I'm absolute, I want to curse like crazy, but YouTube is going to restrict my video. Holy Mother of God. You guys just got the 8th house mystery. I just said that. And we've got Bloody 46, which is the 10 card. We have 8, 9, 10. You guys are going to experience some fundamental, monumental, what's another ental word here, right before love arrives. Literally a death and rebirth is going to, this is going to hit you over the head. When your life turns upside down, you guys, that's when love is going to occur. I'm hearing there's going to be some kind of unveiling. It's almost as though you got some laser on your whole body and your skin is shedding and you come out and you're sparkly and you're new. That was also that channel message about you guys looking in the mirror and suddenly really looking fine and feeling fine and damn, and Scorpio is this super sexual energy and, often Scorpios are very beautiful, but they've got that underpinning of mystery and magic, right? That's this group. When you start to unveil the magic and the mystery, that is you, my dear ones, my dear number 3s. I'm getting a huge yes on this. My right leg is lighting up. When you start to unveil that for all to see, your physical self, your spiritual self, your emotional self, your creative self, your artistic self, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you show that to the world and you birth yourself anew, that is when love arrives. Mic drop. Thank you, my spirit guides. They're dropping the mic. I can't take the credit, okay? It's my guides and your guides. Woof. Breathless. Let me know if this resonated for you guys. Please let me know. If nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until love arrives and until the next reading, take very good care.